There's an ongoing war between hustle culture and self-care culture, and many people like to generalize both of these, saying that all productivity is bad for your mental health and all types of resting are good for your mental health. Well, my dear hustle bros, let me tell you a little something. Resting is important and can be productive. We all know that you need rest days at the gym, otherwise you're going to burn out. On the other hand, good mental health is absolutely essential for good performance as well. So good habits like exercising, meditating, journaling, going for a walk in nature, and reading, they're very, very good and relaxing habits that are considered resting, but that are also very productive for you and make you a better hustler in the long run.
And now to you people who think that caring about your nutrition is an eating disorder, or that everybody who works out is fat phobic, or that if you work hard, that means you're going to burn out. Or if you say things like, watching porn is totally normal, or I could never live without binge watching or scrolling on social media. My friend, let me tell you something. If you can't live without these things, you are addicted. And no, this is not to shame you, this is to help you. See, the food industry, they're normalizing these terribly unhealthy foods, just like cigarette companies were normalizing smoking about 50 years ago, when there wasn't as much science supporting everything. But if you think about it, it's the same thing now. See, the foods nowadays, they're manipulated with too much salt, fats and sugars, and that raises so much dopamine that you just eventually get addicted. So if you wonder why you can't stop eating those, it's because you're developing a bit of an addiction. See, the glucose, it raises your blood sugar. It really spikes it and it's going to crash even quicker, meaning you're going to feel very sluggish and lethargic for the rest of your day. And these crazy chemicals that you see on the ingredients list, they actually mess with your ghrelin levels, meaning you're going to not just feel less satiated, but feel more hungry afterwards, leading you to eat even more.
A double whammy, if you will.
Fizzy drinks. Wow. These are... I don't like those. See, they're about the dumbest thing you can put in your body. Because a bottle of Coke, it has basically no nutritional values, but it can still cover your daily caloric intake if it's around 2,000 something if you have a 2-liter bottle of Coke. And it literally has more sugar more than double the sugar you need per day. So if you ever catch yourself saying things like, oh, I only drink fizzy drinks because water tastes like nothing, it's because you're kind of addicted. See, you've developed this tolerance that you can't even drink water anymore because it's so boring. You need to be stimulated with these incredibly high sugary drinks. Doesn't it seem a bit odd to you that you can't even consume the most fundamental, human, nutritional thing?
Think about it. These foods and drinks are literally made on a chemical level, made to be addictive for you. And it's being completely glamorized in the media, a lot like cigarettes were allowed to advertise back in the days. We're still seeing ads for alcohol and junk food on TV all the time. It's seen as this great lifestyle. You know, people in commercials are always like having the greatest time of their life, eating that little slice of pizza. No, it is absolutely destructive and it is here to make you addicted. And this doesn't just apply to food. It's so many other things in our modern life, like social media, for example. I know you've heard it so many times, but it is literally the greatest example, the biggest downfall of our generation. Social media releases incredible, unbelievable amounts of dopamine because it is literally designed like a slot machine at a casino. It is so bad for your mental health. And it's not like these social media platforms, they're doing anything against it. No, actually quite the opposite is true. Their job is to keep you on the app for as long as possible because it makes them money.
And if you still believe that these things are good for you and your mental health just because they're enjoyable and they apparently make you happy, think again. See, obesity, it's at an all-time high. Same with social media use and porn consumption as well. Great for you, you're having so much fun. But why is it that depression's at an all-time high? Male sexlessness is at an all-time high. Even testosterone is at an all-time low. It's not even comparable to the testosterone levels of our ancestors. Why is that?
Now, if you can't quit any of these habits, you are addicted. You're not hungry for junk food, and you do not need to check your social media to check if anyone has posted anything. No, those are literally just your cravings. And you're not alone. This literally affects the vast majority of our generation. If you've tried quitting, it was probably incredibly hard for you. You've probably felt like it wasn't that bad for your mental health after all, and now without it you feel kind of empty. But let me tell you a little something. Those are literally withdrawal symptoms. It takes the average chronic drug abuser 30 to 60 days to even just reset their tolerance. That doesn't mean that they're not addicted anymore, it's literally just them resetting the tolerance. But you really need to overcome this painful time to free yourself from the shackles of the modern society. Now watch our video on how to quit addictions over here. No,
over here.
Right there. It is literally one of the most valuable videos that we have so far.
You've just found out that the thing that you thought you needed for your own self-care was actually the thing making your life so horrible, so miserable. But it can be different. If you consciously take time out of your day to recover, to rest, purposefully, and do good habits like reading, going out for walks, spending time in nature, meditating, journaling, sleeping, or even just doing nothing. Sometimes just sitting there and thinking can be incredibly productive and good for your recovery. You're going to have much more energy, you're going to feel so much happier and actually get more done because you're more productive in those productive phases, and you'll enjoy these things even more because your tolerance for what is fun to you has decreased so much since you no longer need all these extremely stimulating foods or activities. So you will achieve even more than those Gen Z addicts or those hustle bros telling you to work all day, simply because you have a much better life, much more productive life, much happier life, much more energetic life, simply by recovering productively.
If you enjoyed this banging episode of Pablo's Pill, you might like this one as well. We'll see you there.